Yo, what up everybody? Welcome to Gameover Ent, and this week on The Walking Dead Wednesday, we got another what if theory on our hands. What if Kenny was not in season 2? Alright, what if he was taken out of the equation? What if he died in season 1 episode 5 and we never saw him again in season 2? Now, to be honest, when I first got that season 1 episode 5 ending episode there, the bin ending especially, I thought Kenny was gone. Okay, I thought he was done for. Since Telltale put him in such an impossible situation for him to survive, I thought he was really dead. So when he emerged back in season 2 episode 2, that really became my number one WTF moment in the entire second season. Okay, now without that actually happening, how did I think season 2 would have played out if Kenny was not there? Well, let's get into it right now. So season 2 episode 1 would have been the exact same way. Clementine had no reason to believe that Kenny was even alive in the first place, not knowing anything about what happened to him and stuff. So moving on from there, season 2 episode 2, when we actually run away from Carver, everything else would have played out the same way. Cross the bridge, then Matthew, we still would encounter him on the bridge, and the situation between him and Nick still would went down with him being killed. Because you got to remember that Matthew and Walter, I think it was stated by Sarita at one point in time that they had come upon Matthew and Walter together. So Kenny and Sarita were the ones that were joined up together. Sarita's the one that found Kenny in season 1 episode 5. Now I don't know if Sarita would actually be in the picture in this point in time, because Kenny and Sarita were together when they found this place, which means that Kenny was probably the leader. He's probably leading Sarita up to Wellington. Maybe that's where they were going. Their ultimate goal was to head north, or maybe they heard from Wellington and one of the passerbyers who stopped by the ski lounge at some point in time. It's possible, but I don't think Sarita would have been there without Kenny either. So all we got now at the ski lounge who live there is Matthew and Walter, and they're taking care of things. Matthew's helping people cross the bridge, giving people food and supplies, and getting them on their way. But in this instance, Nick kills Matthew, and then we gotta go forward. Now, when we actually approach the ski lounge and there's only Walter there, I don't think there'll be any confrontation whatsoever, because Walter, he's the type of guy who would greet people, strangers, with open arms. The way he greeted Bonnie and gave her basically some food out of nowhere. I think he was kind of had a little bed and breakfast situation going on there, where the lower cabin down by the bridge, where we first saw that, there was a box of canned goods, and there was a bed and stuff, just basic stuff so people can chill out there for a night and go about their business. So maybe he figured, like, since Matthew saw this was a bigger group, maybe he sent them up the mountain so they could have a bigger place to rest their head at. So yeah, and Rebecca also talked about her feet was really tired, she wasn't going nowhere, so she needed that R&R. So I think they still would have stayed there at the ski lounge even without Kenny and Sarita being a part of it. Now, the whole dinner issue where you get to sit with Kenny's table or Luke's table, that wouldn't have been an instance right there, because without Kenny there to add that, back and forth between Luke and Nick and stuff like that, I don't think there would have been any kind of argument or anything like that. So that also means that Walter probably went outside, which means he probably went and saw Bonnie. So Bonnie still got her peek. She scanned the place. She went back and reported to Carver, because you guys got to remember, Carver's still out there and he's still coming. Now, the storm's going to kick up. That still happens. The wind turbine goes crazy. We got to stop it. And the electricity and stuff goes out. But instead of Kenny going to try to fix electricity now the only person who can do that is Walter, because he knows where it is. And let's go ahead and give Luke over to Walter too. They'll go together. So instead of originally Kenny and Luke, it's now Walter and Luke. And then bam, it's the Walker attack. So Clementine, she's doing her best to fight. Carlos is also doing his thing, but who is not doing that thing? Nick. Nick gets caught up by Walker, and in the previous episode, in the original playthrough, it was Walter who had the option to save him or not. And now that Walter is not there, Nick is dead. So Nick gets taken out by a Walker right here. And also we got Carver approaching now. So Carver's in the mix, and basically this whole thing's going to go down differently, because Kenny was the aggressor. He was the one taking action. He was the one who was not going to go down without a fight. And now that Carver's basically here, and the rest of the group is kind of passive toward Carver, like they really let him do his thing. They don't really fight back against him that much, not much resistance. I understand that he has the more powerful weaponry, but they don't even think about it, they don't even seem like they're like really upset about what he's doing to them. He's basically enslaving these people, and you know, they just let it go down. So Carver gets there, he breaks Carlos' fingers once again, he threatens Carlos, and that's when Rebecca and Alvin come downstairs, and that's basically all the ball game. Only person who would come back into it would be Walter. Now Walter, he would not handle the situation the same way Kenny did, because you know, he was out there fixing with the electricity stuff, so he would come back later. He would probably go in there with diplomacy. Like, he liked to talk things out. He'd probably ask him, you know, what can I do for you? How can I help you? What's mine is yours, you know, something like that, okay? But that wouldn't work out with Carver, okay? He would snatch him up too, and he'd be tied up too, ready to go back to his place. And the only person still out there would be Luke, you know, waiting for his perfect moment to save his friends, like he did in the original. Okay, so Nick is still dead, and now we got Walter alive, and also Carver's the guy that Kenny shot, he's still alive as well. So moving forward into episode 3 now, everybody's going back to the house department store. Alvin still has to talk with Carver. Okay, so that situation's still gonna go down. It ain't gonna be pretty. Alvin's not gonna make it out of there, but some things going on differently here. You know, the whole walkie-talkie issue, that was Luke's thing. So Luke would still come up with that, and Clementine would still try to get the walkie-talkie and stuff like that. Okay, that plan would still go down, and you know, Luke still botches the plan. He still gets caught up when he's trying to find some food or whatever. Now originally Kenny took that beat down for Clementine. Okay, like, she had the walkie-talkie, he took it from her and said, hey, it's me, I'm responsible for this. But now without Kenny there, I don't think no other character would have stepped up and helped her in that situation, dude. I think that Clementine would have got beat down by Carver. Maybe not as bad as it was with Kenny, because it was a little girl, and I don't think he had that much animosity toward her. Like, you heard the conversation they had in the office and stuff. He respects her in some form or fashion, but I think he still had to show her that, you know, this would not be tolerated to that and the rest of the group and stuff. So he still would, you know, lay hands on Clementine, which would not be cool right there. And then we got Bonnie approaching, and you know, this whole situation where Bonnie was like, she looked at Kenny and was like, okay, we got to get up out of here now. It'd probably be the same way. I do think that Bonnie actually did care for Clementine right here. She did give her the jacket. She did have a conversation with her, try to help her understand her side of things, but it still didn't make much sense why she was siding with Carver. But you know, after seeing that, she would have been pretty upset. That'd been pretty shocking if Bonnie actually, you know, stopped the whole thing from going down. Like, she was like, no way, you're not hurting Clementine, and like stood up for Clementine against Carver right there in the spot, and you know, raised her gun at him. That'd be pretty crazy turn of events. Do you think Bonnie would do something like that for Clementine? I do feel like she did have some feelings to her. Now, of course, all that changed when Luke died though. But just imagining Carver beating up Clementine with that walkie-talkie has to be kind of triggered right now. It would just, no, I mean, dude, I would want to destroy this man so bad. But anyways, moving forward from that, we're gonna still go through with the plan. We sound the alarm, we draw the walkers in, but before we leave, we still gotta deal with Carver. Now, initially, when, you know, we had Carver kind of dead to rights, Luke had the gun pointed at him. Luke was hesitant. He didn't want to shoot him. Okay, he didn't want to kill him. You know, Kenny was the one who actually shot out his kneecaps and actually finished this man off. Without him here, who would have took care of Carver? Hopefully they would have gave Clementine a shot. Like for real. Like, if they gave me the opportunity, I'd been like, yeah, let's go ahead and take care of it. That'd been a nice decision right there, whether you want to kill this man or not. I think the majority would have probably killed him. Saw him as too dangerous. I mean, if you didn't kill this man right here, he definitely would have came back later on to wreak havoc and cause revenge. You know, he chased Rebecca and the rest of this gang for over 3 days. The man is crazy. Or maybe Rebecca would have killed him. After Carver killed Alvin, she said specifically that she wants him dead. Alright, now Alvin's already dead past this point, so yeah, Rebecca ain't playing nice. So I think she would have shot him right in the head, and that would be the end of Carver right there. Okay, she probably would have took the gun from somebody and shot him and then picked up Carver's gun after that. Alright, so guys, we're trying to escape now. We're in the Walker herd. We got Jane there helping us out with the masking ourselves with the Walker blood and stuff like that. And just like the original, it's just straight madness going on right now with Carver's people on top of the building shooting down at the Walkers while we're trying to escape among the herd and stuff. So same thing is going to play out. Carlos gets shots, he gets killed right there on the spot. There's no Sarita death this time around. Sarah runs off, and then that's the end of episode 3. So episode 4 opens up. There's no Kenny there. We just have to escape the situation. There's no Sarita either. So us, Mike, Bonnie, and everybody else, we all get away. get where we need to go. Situation within Sarah still would have happened between Sarah and Luke. The only thing really different about episode 4 going down would have been like Alvin Jr. Okay, I don't know how successful that whole birth situation would have been, because without Carlos there, without Kenny there to give him the instructions on how to, what to do. He's the only one there who has experience with delivering a baby, any form of fashion. So I don't know how Rebecca would have turned out. Alvin Jr. may not have made it. Rebecca may not even have survived the childbirth right there. I don't know, man. Do you think she could have made it without Kenny's help? Was Kenny help that substantial that without his help, Rebecca would have died and Alvin Jr. would have died too? Maybe not. I don't know enough about giving birth to comment on that, but some things here, man. I think Kenny really developed a really strong relationship with AJ because of this, because he was in a moment of despair right there, had his head held down, really much lost everything, didn't have much reason to live. He was really contemplating a lot of things, and seeing Alvin Jr., seeing that actually work out and Alvin Jr. being alive, seeing some form of hope in Kenny's eyes, I think that was kind of formed his strong attachment to Alvin Jr., and he really wanted to take care of this baby and make sure to keep this baby safe no matter what. So, without Kenny being there as well, some other things could have went down with Alvin Jr. as well, but I don't know. I'm giving Rebecca the DOA without Kenny there. Forget it. She's dead too. So yeah, guys, it's not looking pretty right here. Now we got the whole thing with the Russians attacking us in episode 5. Okay, going forward from here. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill some people here. I'm gonna have to kill some people, because without Kenny there to be the enforcer and make those shots that need to be made, they would have got shot up. Now, originally in episode 5, season 2, I just can't believe the Russians didn't hit anybody. No substantial wounds. I think they hit Luke. He was the only one who was injured to the point where you can actually see it, limping around, hurt, actually injured, but everybody else was pretty much fine. So I'm gonna have to kill some people off here. So let's see who we got right now. Let's kill off Mike. He's inconsequential. Let's kill off oh man, this we all probably could have died right here, man. We all could have died right here. Jane had to come through. If she didn't come through, we all would have died for real, because it was done for. But yeah, we'll just kill off Mike. I don't know, I'll just say somebody. We gotta kill off somebody here. Oh, no, we'll kill off Walter. We'll kill off Walter because he wasn't supposed to be around anyway. So we'll kill off Walter. We got everybody else back in the episode, and moving forward from here. Now, the whole thing with Arvel, I don't know if the whole thing with Arvel would have been, it could have been completely different, because the whole reason Arvel was over there, blabbing about his supplies and the place they were holed up at and where to find it, was because Kenny was threatening him. He was threatening his life. He was holding him and he was about to kill him, okay? And then the group kind of stepped in and saved his life. So without that happening, I don't know if Arvel would have revealed anything. So that means we probably would just left him right there, moved along our way, probably headed toward that town that we were originally supposed to head up at. And that's where the story gets really kind of hazy, okay? Don't know how the group would have played out. Arvel still out there, maybe with us. I don't think we would have taken him with us. That would have been so horrible, bro. So yes, this is a horrible turn of events, man. Definitely a convoluted story going forward here. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts, man. Definitely season 2, I can say for sure, would not have been the same without Kenny. A lot of story elements and a lot of the emotion from season 2 kind of came from Kenny. Really happy to see that he was alive. Really sad to see him lose another life. And just the struggle that he's going through mentally and stuff like that. You kind of feel where this character's coming from, because this character Kenny is the most developed character we have in season 2. Okay, he's the most developed because we know where he's coming from. We know how he got here. We know everything. We gotta know everything about this man, except how he escaped season 1, episode 5. I'm still waiting for that explanation. But yeah, without him, you don't have all the feels. You don't have that emotional impact that The Walking Dead is known for. So he definitely did play a big role in season 2. And without him being involved in all this, the story would just got kind of crazy. Kenny, he was the aggressor at times, was the one willing to take the action, willing to take the risk, acting before thinking sometimes, which could be good or bad in certain situations. But without that, the group would have been really dull, because there were some situations where you wanted to get mad. You wanted to get mad at Arvel for having this happen. You wanted to get mad at Carver and stuff like that, but without, you know, Kenny there to really push the group forward, I don't know how they would have handled those situations. It could have been like really lame. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on what if Kenny was not in season 2. Okay, a much more duller Walking Dead experience would have happened. But yeah, I want to hear yours in the comments down below. Okay, the story got really jumbled up and I tried the best I could, but it got out of hand. Okay guys, so looking forward to San Diego Comic-Con coming up in the next couple days. I think Telltale just tweeted out that they will be giving us some Walking Dead information tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which I will be at work, so I'll probably be talking about that after I get off of work, and we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll see what kind of information they got for us. But yes, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you everybody for staying tuned. I'll catch you guys later. Game over. Out.
Okay, let's do this.
They have guns. What exactly do you expect to do?
Punch the first son of a bitch I see. Then I'm gonna take his gun and use it to shoot the next son of a bitch I see.
I don't think so.
Just sit down.
Shut up, Doc. This ain't your call. Hey, just, if something happens, just help out, okay? All right. Everybody ready?
Kenny! Kenny, are you okay?
Is he okay?
I think so.
Oh, what hit me?
It's probably for the best.